Warning. This podcast may contain strong languages for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, this is the B13 NerdCast of Randomness. I'm your host, Brandon Belanger. This is the podcast you talk about everything and anything. And I was supposed to have a guest, and what a way to start the show, because Zack was supposed to be here, but he never showed up, so I don't know what the fuck I'm going to be talking about now, so... Oh! Speaking of which, here's Zack. My buddy.
My dude.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing alright, man.
You doing good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry I don't have another headset.
Oh, no, dude.
Yeah, because I was...
NB.
Yeah,
NBD,
I was testing out the product, and it was still like a test-worthy type of deal. But
Oh, yeah.
But how you been, buddy?
Oh, dude. Been doing alright, you know, just working the job.
Yeah, working the job. Me too.
Working the job.
working those 60 hours a day.
Whoa, 60 hours a day?
Yeah.
60 hours in a day?
Yeah, you guys are short help too, huh?
Actually, not anymore.
Really?
We hired a couple people, so we're doing
Nice.
alright again. Getting 2 days off again.
Nice.
It's good.
Yeah, we're still
Still looking.
Well, yeah, because I mean, with our job, we need like at least 12 to 13 full timers, and we only have 7.
Yeah, I mean that's a fun,
Yeah.
it's a fun raffle to do. Like you know, the part timers going, "Hey,
Yeah.
you're promoted."
Exactly.
No, I don't want it.
No, I definitely don't want it. I'd rather be a full timer for the rest of my life. Get paid hourly than salary. No offense to the people that are management in my
No,
job.
salary just kills you, dude.
By the way, we were supposed to wear the same shirt at 311. What's going on here, man?
Man, check it.
I mean, you're wearing a shine. Oh, 311. That's gorgeous.
Yeah,
That's when we went to the 311 concert,
yeah, it is.
and I think a lot of people were stoned at that fucking show.
I mean, it's 311.
I know. It was kind of weird. I'm not trying to throw Megan under the bus, but remember when my sister was there, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you're like, what are you? You're not supposed to be here.
Well, here's a water in case you need something.
I do appreciate it.
You're
sir,
welcome,
yeah.
man. So, Zach, we've been friends for over, 15 years now?
Yeah, it's been a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Do you remember the first time we actually met? Because I do, actually.
It was
The exact moment.
It was like I think you came to my house.
Yep.
And
Just hanging out with your brother.
yeah, you were hanging out with Mike and.
I think it was on Halloween. I know this sounds weird because I have a good memory, but I believe it was in October of 2008. I knew I met your brother, I believe, in March, April, and May of 2008. And then I met you many months later. I went to his house during Halloween, and I saw you, this big guy, wearing a black sweater. Actually, no. It's the legendary brown sweater.
Yeah.
You still have that fucking
I
thing?
do. It's tattered and torn, but I still have it.
Are you going to eventually just cut off the sleeves or whatever?
No,
you're
dude.
just gonna
It's
keep it
like
the way
you
it
gotta
is?
keep the character in the sweater.
But yeah, I remember you were wearing that brown sweater. And what was the brand name for that
I think
sweater?
it was Billabong because
Billabong?
I got a lot of grief in school because the hood said bong on it, and all the teachers were not about that.
Really?
Yeah, the teachers were like, "Are you promoting something here?" And I'm like, "It's the brand."
Yeah, it's not like I'm smoking weed in class.
Like I don't know. You see me with a bubbler in school.
And I think you were going to like a Halloween party with a girl you were dating at the time, right?
Yeah, you know, it's weird to say, but that's absolutely true.
It is true, right?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it weird that I remember that?
You know, it's weird because you have known me
Since you were 14.
through so many different girlfriends, too.
Yeah.
Like, not that you've met all my girlfriends, but, like, you've known me through all these relationships.
And you known me from all my
all your,
girlfriends.
I don't want to call them car crashes.
Yeah.
But they end up being that way towards the
Yeah.
end, buddy. It's like
yeah, some of them were great. A lot of them
they
were.
just, the way they end, dude, is like...
I was a different person back then.
Rough.
Different person back then. I remember you. Oh God, I can't believe we're gonna mention this. I gotta mention this story.
Yeah.
So I know every time we hang out, and I know we only see each other probably like once or twice a month because of our busy schedules.
Well, yeah.
But I know every time you see me, there are two things you always mention. You always mentioned what the fuck is it? The time I got really stoned when I was 19.
Yeah.
And I kicked Justin in the fucking nuts.
No. You kicked Roger in the nuts.
Kicked
and you
Roger
were
in
trying
the
to
nuts.
fight Justin.
Yeah. So do you want to tell everybody that story? And then I'll give you my feedback on it.
Yeah. So we're all hanging out at my brother's like little pool house thing because he moved out to the pool house when he was, older.
Yeah, like 20.
Yeah.
Nah, 19,
no,
20.
No, I was going to say, you were...
I'm the same age as him, so...
You're like a month older than him or something, right?
I
a couple
am.
Weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they were on the pool house. We were all smoking,
At the time. We were all partiers.
Yeah. And we went outside. This was like winter time, or close to winter time. It was roughly around November.
It's weird. Your house was the place to go to.
Dude, honestly, it was weird.
Well, remember, before we get to the story, but remember October of 2011, there was that huge snowstorm.
The ice storm that everyone camped at my house.
Yeah, everyone was camping at your house, and then all of a sudden, I think your brother was like, yeah, we gotta pick up Brandon, and then all of a sudden you drove that fucking old car.
Oh my God.
And it was like slipping. What year was that car, by the way?
That was a 74.
Oh my God, I'm surprised we didn't crash.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Mike was like having a good time. You were like always being like serious, just trying to like survive. And I was like,
I had like just got my license at that point too. Mike didn't have his license. That's why he walked to your house.
But yeah, go back to the story with Roger and Justin.
So we were all like in the pool house smoking and stuff, and then we went outside to play hacky sack or something.
Yeah.
And then Brandon just walks up to Roger and just kicks him in the nuts.
I was I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to throw your brother on under the bus, but he pretty much was the reason why
he was a good influence to be a bad influence.
Yeah, yeah. But it was like one of those things. Like Roger was a big guy and kicked him right in the nuts for no reason.
It was easy to kind of do this stuff to Roger because he's an easygoing guy for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously when stuff like that happens, he gets a little...
You look like that guy from, what was it, Bad Santa?
Oh,
Remember, like, the little guy, he got kicked in the nuts?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're not supposed to hit people in the balls, you asshole!
That's...
He literally looked like that. I was like, oh, man, that sucks. And then all of a sudden, I try to fight Justin, supposedly.
Yeah, no, like, later on in the night, you and Justin had gotten into, like, an argument or something, and...
No, I don't think it was... Here's the thing with Justin, and I'm going to look at this camera and be like, Justin, if you're watching this... I'm sorry for all the times I was a dick to you.
Justin, he appreciates you.
I do. You have kids, you're married, you have everything going on for you. I feel bad. I was a different person back then. I'm going to be 30 in May, but I was like 19 at the time. I was a piece of shit.
I mean, again, like I said, my brother was a good person to be a bad influence on you. Now he's kind of changed. So
yeah, that's good.
He's out of the house now. He's got his own place. He's nice and chillaxed.
We're all adults now.
Yeah. We kind of calmed down from that party style.
Yeah, we had a lot of parties. But that one time, so what happened with the whole Justin thing? It was just Justin being Justin. He was just he was just so stupid about everything.
He was antagonizing you. He was. Like pushing your buttons.
And I don't think he meant any harm by it.
No.
And then I was like, yeah, fight me, man. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
and then I was like,
you guys were like running out into the middle of the street.
He's like, let's go.
I was like...
And then he's like, no, I'm not a pacifist. And then what's the legendary word I said?
And then Brandon, out of his mind, this is 19-year-old Brandon yelling. Yeah, this was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, by the way. we gotta mention that because that's real important to the story. When a teenager is yelling, "You're not a pacifist, you're a pussyfist," like that's a whole nother thing.
And the thing is, Justin was that guy to provide the alcohol for us. But the thing is, every time we asked him to get certain things, he always got the opposite of that.
I mean...
You have to remember that. Remember my 20th birthday? And again, we were all young, and of course, we were probably drinking underage. It happened. Everyone does it,
I mean... Yeah,
It happens.
No.
But I remember that day, like it was yesterday. It was my 20th birthday, and we asked him to get. We told him to get us some Jack Daniels. Told him to get some Budweiser, and I think I asked him to get Corona Extra. So he ended up getting the Bud Light.
Which,
Yeah.
water.
And this is our own money, by the way. This isn't his money at all.
No. Yeah, this is...
So he got the Bud Light. He got the Corona Extra, so that was right.
Yeah.
Then he got... Then he got himself a Foster's, which I'm like, what the fuck? You didn't even ask me if... Like, what the fuck?
He got Foster's, and then he got sake.
And I was like, dude, those are not the fucking drinks we asked you to get.
And he's like, that's what I got.
Yeah, but...
Which, I mean, you get what you get. You don't get upset. I mean...
Yeah. That was another random night, but
I mean, yeah, that's the thing with...
But any memories that you can think of, like, of our friendship that was, like, kind of like, oh, man, we did that together?
Well, I mean, we went to the wrestling show a while back.
The
WWE Live in Manchester.
Yeah, that was, oh, God, that was, like, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2015. That was, like, my first wrestling show in, like, many years to go to. Yeah, dude, you know what's so funny? Remember, during that same show... It was an alright show. I mean, it was a house show.
Not happy.
I was.
Last match.
I wasn't. I was like, that was the match. That was the match. Okay.
It was what, the cage match between John Cena and
Rusev at the time. Yeah. And that was like a pretty thinned out cage, I remember too.
Yeah, it was not.
No. But no, the thing that upset me about that show was literally we heard Hulk Hogan's theme song. I get out of my fucking chair like, oh my God, it's fucking Hulk Hogan. What is he doing in Manchester? And then all of a sudden, it's not fucking Hulk Hogan. It's fucking Axl Rotten doing a fucking Hulk Hogan impersonation. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You were not a fan.
I was not. No. I was kind of pissed off.
Not an only fan.
But that was the day I got my first car, though, too.
Yeah?
Honda Civic, 2015.
Yeah, I think you picked me up.
I did.
You picked me up and we drove, parked in Manchester, down the road from the venue and walked there. We left early.
Yeah, we did.
I remember because you were like, no.
Yeah. Well, like, we stayed till the main event and then we were just like, yeah, we're gone. Because usually I would stay after the show and be like, yeah, man. But that was it.
But like you said, it wasn't like a... I don't want to say like televised events are a little more important to wrestling, but it kind of progresses the story a little bit versus house shows because they can't really do stuff off camera and have it like still be part of a continuing story.
Well, for what I've learned in the quote unquote wrestling business, which I'll be honest, I trained on and off for 2 years, and now I'm not doing it no more just because got to look after, my job, and, I still got, mild concussion, then I got a black eye, and then got a little bit of a sprained ankle, which is probably nothing, but is like, I was thinking about work before everything.
I mean, the thing is, too, is, like, the injuries just, they pile up, and, like, you gotta think, how far can my body actually go before it's gonna be like, oh, I'm out.
But I have no regrets. I got to learn a lot from good people, and I got, like, a little bit better towards the end, but just... At the end of the day, it was just like, you know what? I did it. That's all that matters. I have no regrets.
I mean, you got to work the shows, too.
Like, yeah.
You had a good time doing that.
And honestly, working the shows, doing ring crew was probably more rewarding for me than actually, being
doing the wrestling.
Yeah. So, because it actually, taught me how to, put things together, too. Which is, a lot of things I like to do now is, put stuff together. Yeah. So, that's one of my favorite things. But, back to the house show, though, when it comes to wrestling, I respect wrestlers. Who the hell's texting me? Get out of here. What are you doing?
Put your phone on silent. I've never done a podcast before.
I know. But no, from what I've learned within those 2.5 years, I respect the wrestlers a lot more now compared to what I did back then. Because I was, as they say in the wrestling world, marks. They call people who act like they know everything about the business, but they really don't. And it's not like a dog to them. It's just they really don't know what happens behind the scenes. It's more than just doing a couple moves and call it a day and then just beating the shit out of each other. It's a very structured show. They have to make sure they go over everything, and a lot of people don't realize that these guys put their body at risk, and everyone thinks it's fake and there's nothing real about it. There's a lot of realness to it. Every time you take a bump in the middle of that ring, it fucking hurts. I will tell you that. And when I first ran the ropes, they're made out of fucking steel cables. Like, they're not bouncy at all.
Yeah.
You know, and I had the scars to prove it at the beginning, you know, but it's a well-structured show. I love how they, you know, how they do put their bodies at risk for a crowd audience, even if they're getting cheered to boo. And, you know, I respect for the people, you know, that are so dedicated to it. I tried the best that I could, but work kind of got in the way. And
well, I mean, it's like you said too, is like you have mild concussion and stuff like that. And,
yeah.
I mean, you don't really want to push it too far to where it's not reversible.
Yeah.
You know.
But we'll talk about wrestling another time because that's what we did with the last podcast. Now, now enough about me. Let's talk about you. This is what the fucking show's all about. Okay? All right. So the serious question I got is well, it's not really a question. It's already stuff I know.
Right.
So you're obsessed with music.
Yeah,
110%.
Absolutely.
When did you, and I know you play guitar and I know you play bass,
Starting to get into drums too a little bit.
Starting to get into drums too?
Yeah.
With the rock band?
Actually a little more production wise.
Oh, really?
I'm writing my own songs. I'm trying to do like the drum tracks to it as well.
Nice.
Me and a buddy doing I bought an electric kit for
drum kit?
Yeah, for Rock Band.
Nice,
nice.
I think you can actually use those for recording purposes.
Oh yeah,
probably.
yeah. We plug it straight into his computer after we did the guitar tracking and the bass tracking, just to see what I could do. Mm-hmm. I have the raw tracks and everything.
Nice.
I mean, it's not perfect, but like.
Hey, you know, when did you start learning how to play guitar?
Started playing guitar when I was about 13 years old.
Now, did you learn at school? Like, did you take a class for it?
Yeah, I took a class first, and that's kind of how I started meeting more people who were, like, involved with music, and why I, like, started evolving and getting more into music and more into this band, that band, stuff like that.
Now, the question I probably never asked you before, so when you started learning how to play guitar, and then I know you did play bass, and we'll get to that in a minute.
We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. But throughout your 4 years of high school, because you said you started when you were 13, so you were like in 7th or 8th grade at the time.
It was 9th grade.
Oh, it was 9th grade. So you were probably
freshman.
So you were 14 then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you take guitar class from freshman year to senior year, and did you ever like?
It's only 1 year, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, it's like one. Or like the half year class or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was just that one, and that was it. There was no more guitar classes, no like advanced or anything. After that one class, you like seek out different like music.
But you couldn't like take it again afterwards.
No. After you take it once, you already got the credit for it.
So what was the credit for? Because I know you have to have like certain credits to graduate. Was that like a credit that you had to take to graduate, maybe for like an art?
That was like
deal, or no?
It was either like an art or like extracurricular.
Okay.
So like.
But did you end up? And I never asked this question. Did you ever like do band by any chance?
I did not.
Was it something you would have wanted to do?
I would have done it if I was a little better at the time.
Yeah.
It's because I wasn't super confident in my playing.
Yeah.
At the time, so I was like, I'm not.
and then I remember me and you. About a couple years later, you were a senior when I was getting ready to be 21.
Yeah.
Your guitar playing skills started getting a lot better.
Yeah.
What I've heard, and you could play acoustic guitar like a motherfucker. That I can remember. I remember we started doing acoustic covers, and at the time, my voice was somewhat decent. It's better now. I'm not saying I'm a fucking American Idol singer.
I mean, we could redo those.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you really want to see it, go on the YouTube and check it out in the archives of B13 NerdCast Randomness. Those 2 videos are still up on YouTube.
We'll put the links on there.
Yeah, we'll put the links on it. Yeah. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, why did I show him this?
Dude, you know, it's funny too because in those videos, like I'm like a little bigger too.
Yeah.
I've been like kind of slimming down.
I was like a toothpick back then.
Yeah. Now you're beefing up a little bit.
I'm beefing up a little bit. Well, I mean, I was getting like a little bit chunkier for a while, and then I lost all that weight because of wrestling and working out at the time. But I'm doing okay, and you look good too.
Yeah. No, I'm trying.
Doing good.
Got a little bit of a gut, but that's okay.
I like the gut though.
Yeah.
If you lost this gut, I'd probably be mad at you.
I think it would be a different. it'd be a different scenario for my life.
So yeah, we did start the acoustic cover for my 21st birthday, which we will talk about another time when we have Chris on the show, because that is something we gotta talk about with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because Chris was involved with that legendary birthday
Yeah.
but yeah, was that I feel kind of stupid asking this. Was that like kind of like your first real sort of gig kind of deal in front of people?
In front of a small crowd, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was like in front of like 10, 15 people.
Yeah. Like I said, it was more like an intimate show where they all said that we sucked, which was great. That's a confidence builder, by the way. If anyone says that you suck, roll with it. Just go, yeah, I do suck. Absolutely.
But some of them said we were actually pretty decent, so
yeah.
It was pretty cool. And and the thing is, we had a short time span that I remember, because I think it was either Connor was supposed to do it, but he never showed up. Or no, it was Potsy that was supposed to do it.
Yeah, it was Potsy that was supposed to show up and do like a little. Was it acoustic, or were they supposed to bring all their equipment?
They were gonna do all their stuff, and I talked to Bradley J. Still mad at you about it to this day. I love you. Fucker.
You remember, what was this, 8 years ago now?
Yeah, 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
Back in 2013. But no, I remember they were supposed to play for us, and the thing is, he never fucking told them about it. So it was like 2 weeks before the birthday, so I was like, well, what the fuck are we going to do? And
what would have been funny is if they booked a show that same day.
I'd be like, what the fuck? You told me you were going to play for my birthday, bro. 21, we're getting fucked up. We need a band. We need to be cool somehow. But no, that didn't happen.
We were cool. It was you and me.
Yeah, it was you and me. And I was just like, let's do a band together. Let's just do a cover band.
And we could have too.
Yeah.
But
work. Yeah. But we did like a bunch of covers, and like some of them I had to like look at the lyrics even though I knew the songs.
Oh no, that's
but the 3 songs that I know we did pretty good was Numb from Linkin Park, which my voice definitely has gotten a little bit more raspy for, which is good. Sitting at the Bar, that's more just like a fun song, but that was like one of the best ones.
That was a fun song to play too. Honestly, I need to go back and kind of relearn that song again, because that's a fun song to play.
My 30th birthday, let's do it again, dude. And then we did Good Riddance from Green Day, which was really good. So that was a lot of fun, you know. And then after that, I know you were talking to Connor Moore, who's really into music, who knows how to play pretty much almost every instrument.
He's been in numerous bands over the years. His new band is No More Blue Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
No More, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's something along those lines, but
and,
they're good.
And he has his own like little studio in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Or is that
No, that's where he lives too.
Oh, really?
He lives at the studio.
The one that we went to when I did that bass track?
Yep.
Oh, no shit.
So, yeah, he lives there now, so.
And I heard he works at Fody's too?
Yep, he's a bartender at Fody's.
He's a bartender?
Yeah, he is.
So is that like his full-time job, I would assume?
Yep, that's his job outside of music.
Wow.
Because, bartending, apparently, you either work a crap ton or you get a lot of time off. So
Nice. And speaking of Connor, because I know he has been doing that for such a long time that I can remember, there was a band that we are going to be talking about that you were a part of. It was called Hunter. It was Hunter, Connor, you, and who's the
Cam.
And Cam. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to guess this. Connor was the drummer.
Connor was drums.
Cam was guitarist.
Yep.
You were the bassist.
Yep.
And of course, Hunter, the lead singer, was the singer.
Yep.
So how'd that all come about? How'd that band group deal come all about exactly?
So the entire story of how Hunter was kind of originally formed was originally just Connor, Cam, and Hunter, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then, they were writing songs, stuff like that. They had, like, all the songs on the first album were pretty much written when they asked me to join the band.
They started with a lot of covers, if I'm not mistaken, right?
The only reason why we had a lot of covers was because we had to cover a 3-hour span of music.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to hear your originals when you're just starting.
Yeah.
Like, you mix them in, but you don't just play originals. Mm. So, unless, obviously, you're on, like a opener for somebody.
Yeah.
Like usually when you're first starting out, I'm talking like I know the business. I don't really know the business very well. I wasn't in it long enough, and I wasn't really the one to be like managing the band because I was working at the time too. So there was no like crossing of that. So
Yeah.
Hunter was more like management / singer of it.
Yeah.
And basically what it was most of those gigs that like you see, I'm going to reference Prospect Hill as a good example, is for some of the gigs that they have, it must be like a pay-to-play gig, which is basically you pay the venue to open for these bigger bands.
Yeah.
And you have to sell like 30 or so tickets, or you lose that money. That's money lost. You don't get any money from that show if you don't sell tickets. Mm-hmm. You still play it, but you don't get paid. You lose money on that show.
Yeah.
I mean, do I wish we did more pay-to-play shows? Not particularly. I liked getting paid for the shows that we did, but like sometimes the 3-hour sets were a little rough.
But you guys seem like you guys were getting momentum in the New England area for what I've seen, and also New Hampshire, because there were times you guys were. It looks like you guys were getting pretty big because you guys were getting on fucking newspapers in New Hampshire.
We were in the news. We did some radio interviews. We did one with. Did
you guys do like a little radio live show too, if I'm not mistaken?
We did live. How many did we? We did the Frank FM. We did UMass Lowell. I don't think we played live for the Hawk, or at least not when I was in the band. I'm not sure if they went back and played like a live acoustic set or something, but for when I was in the band, because I was kicked out like, about a year and a half into the project. Yeah. Which,
it is no hard feelings.
No hard feelings. Like, at the time, there was a little bit of hard feelings because obviously I wanted to pursue music and stuff, but
work got in the way too.
I mean, I had just gotten a new job, and we were up for a award in the I forget what the program's called. I think it's like the Grand State Music something or other. Yeah. But it was like the best starting local band or something like that. And
I remember that.
Yeah, we were supposed to go up and play in like the Seacoast area. I can't remember if it was like Hampton or something close by. But I told them I wasn't able to make the gig because I had to work, and that's pretty much when they kicked me out. But before then, though, we had a lot of like bar gigs, and we, like you said, we were building momentum and stuff, and I kind of wish I was more involved with the writing process looking back, because, I mean, it would have made a little bit more sense for me to be playing with them live. Yeah. But, that's in the past now. I mean, I'm happy doing what I'm doing now. Yeah. I mean, I kind of make time for it every so often. Yeah. I haven't been writing as much as I should be or want to be, but...
you got to be in a music video, though.
That's, I think it was only the one music video, and then all the videos taken at the bars that one year.
That was a pretty interesting music video, too. I was like, oh shit, Zack's in a music video.
I mean, I think the song was Before You Go Stay.
Yeah.
And I still know how to play that to this day.
Oh, no shit.
Because we played that song the majority of the time. It was either Before You Go Stay as like more of like the punk, the punk style. I know Smooth Seas was a very popular song with all the locals. Gotta say, that was the folkiest song that I've ever played in my life.
Oh, jeez.
Just like the do.
I was gonna ask, what kind of music would you say they were, or like what kind of genre of music would you say they were?
I would say they were more of like an Americana folk band versus being like a punk sort of rock band. Yeah. And definitely in like their sound, I'm not too versed in their discography anymore. I only know their first album, and from that it would be the Americana sort of.
I feel like Hunter was like, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I feel like Hunter was trying to be kind of like an Alanis Morissette kind of singer in some kind of way, like, in my mind.
I mean, like the behind the scenes of it was she was very or it seemed like she was very inspired by Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a very big driving force behind her writing from what I recall. Anyway, I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, I'm not too versed. The last time I actually saw Hunter was a couple of years ago at Connor's birthday.
Yeah.
And obviously same with Cam. I don't really run into them very often. Unfortunately, not at a lot of local shows anymore because, work and being old. being old.
27. That's old, man.
I mean,
I'm going to be 30.
In some people's eyes. I mean, there are some people where 27 was it. That's what they got.
That's true. Now, the main question I got is when you started performing in front of like live audiences or crowds, how nervous did you get before you started doing that?
So, pretty much like after the first couple of songs on the first gig, I was pretty comfortable playing in front of people. Yeah. Because obviously it's Rocky. It was literally me and Hunter's first time playing in front of people. It wasn't just my first time, So our first show was at Fody's. Yeah. And we had practiced, we had done, we pretty much practiced every night at that point. So I would get out of work at, at the time I was working at Subway and I was opening, so I'd be getting out around 4 or 5, going straight over there, eating, and then bam, band practice for 2-3 hours just to make sure we get the time in, we make sure that we get everything right. Sorry, that was the water bottle.
No, don't worry about it. Yeah, we're crushing water bottles over here.
But I know the one thing that they complimented me on was being able to learn 40 songs in 2 weeks. That's on crazy. Bass. And being able to just go up and perform them with pretty much no fault in the notes or anything. I know there was a few songs that they played that I just didn't either have time to learn or we just didn't go over with full band, and it was only kind of acoustic only. Yeah. So. And
I remember you guys used to do acoustic covers on the YouTube channel or Facebook.
Yeah, I'm a part of some of those too. Yeah.
Especially Christmas songs.
Yeah, I forgot about those. I remember pretty much being in just strictly comfortable clothes for any video that we did, in studio, because I was I'm not dressing up for this. We're in studio, this should be relaxed time. This should not be.
But hey, at least you got some experience out of it. It's kind of like me with wrestling. You got to do something you love to do and gave it a shot.
I mean, I would love to go back to doing it, but I mean, I would also have to kind of structure my schedule at work around it too. Yeah. Which I mean, I could definitely talk to people and
and still to this day, you still buy CDs.
Yeah,
to the store you introduced me to.
Yeah, we, what, was your first time at Bull Moose when you and I went?
Yeah. Yeah? The first time I went was because of you. You were like, hey, we're going to go to the store. And I was like, all right, cool. And you kind of told me about it. You were like, yeah, they sell CDs, DVDs, and I think you will like it. And I was like, all right. I mean, Blockbuster's been out of business for so long. And I used to work at FYE, so why not? So I remember I went in there, and of course, you've seen Clerks.
Oh, yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob. And I remember one of the characters, he goes into a video store and he's on his knees. That's exactly how I felt when I went to that fucking store. Fucking all CDs, DVDs, wrestling DVDs, movies, books, comics.
Yeah, you were a huge fan. I remember.
I still am. I put stickers everywhere. I put it on my luggages. I put it on my lunchbox. I put it on my car. I put that Bull Moose sticker everywhere, man. Yeah. But yeah, and the thing is, you still have an iPod to this day, right?
I have my iPod hooked up in my car as we speak.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. And how many songs do you have on that thing? And do you keep on putting new songs in there when you get a lot of CDs?
So there's been stagnation between new CDs and being put on my iPod. Let's see, I've probably acquired about a year's worth of music since I've actually put anything on my iPod.
Damn.
So it's been about a year since I've like updated my iPod, but no, I usually put it on my phone now and try hooking up my phone to my car, but it's just not as loud.
Yeah.
So
how many CDs? Oh, well, let me ask this question first. How many songs do you have on that iPod, would you say?
On that iPod, I probably have 22,000 songs.
Jesus Christ. And that's all downloading CDs onto the
That's
iTunes,
CDs.
right?
That's CDs.
Right.
That's none of it is none of it's illegal digital media anymore.
Yes.
I know I used to.
Yes. A lot of people used it. LimeWire. That was the thing back in the day. Surprised a lot of people. Oh, I'm sure people got arrested for it, but I never heard of it.
Well, I mean, we all remember the Metallica case there.
Yeah.
All right, get my private jet.
So the question I have for you, because every time we go into Bull Moose, you buy a shit ton of CDs. Like me, I buy a lot of DVDs. I mean, I know we've hung out so many times. I've been to your house so many times. You've been to my original house and now the house that I live in.
Yeah, no, this nice abode here.
Yes, the nerd cave, as I like to call it.
The NC.
So, you've seen how many DVDs I have.
Yeah.
You have a good amount, but not as much as compared to CDs. How many CDs would you say you have?
At this point right now, so I've been kind of getting more into vinyl too.
Yeah.
So
and those are becoming a big thing now too.
Yeah. So right now, as it stands, I probably have about 1,500 CDs.
Jesus Christ.
And about maybe 100 vinyls.
Jesus. And do you have a record player?
I do. Yeah. Actually, Chris that we were speaking about earlier, he got me the record player for Christmas.
Did he get it? Oh, yeah, he gave it to you last year, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and you got... I remember this. Yeah, last Christmas, we ended up exchanging gifts as we did. He got you a fucking record player, and I was like, what the fuck? And then you gave him $300, and I'm like, $300 fucking dollars? And you're like, Chris, you're going to need this because you just got a house, you got a mortgage now, here you go. And what you're about to see Brandon getting... You'll see why.
Yeah.
And you got me that fucking Linkin Park.
Yeah, no, that
20th
was
anniversary.
That was a big deal too.
That was.
I know when that was coming out, they were like, it's gonna be under limited production. We're not gonna make this amount of like the deluxe version with the CDs and the vinyls and the DVDs and everything. And I was like, Brandon needs that. Yeah,
there's like a lot of memorabilia when it comes to Hyper Theory, and it's kind of funny because they released a DVD called Frat Party at the Pancake Festival, which was one of my favorite DVDs growing up. And that was like at the beginning of their career. And it's like, I already have it, but I was like, fuck it, I'll keep it. And they have some of their live shows that I've never seen before. Because the most famous ones, as you remember, was Live of the Revolution, I think it was, back in 2008. And then Live in Texas. Those were like the two main ones.
Yeah, but, they had a... Well, they had the Collision Course, too. That was,
Collision Course.
What, that was like the underground show that they did with Jay-Z.
Yeah. That was another good one, too. Freaking Linkin Park. God bless Chester fucking Bennington. You made my day. Remember Chester Bennington passed away back in 2017. I got tickets. I believe it was for my birthday. And he passed away, I think, like a few months after that, I believe. Yeah, because my birthday was in May, got the tickets, and I was supposed to go see them in August or September, and he died a week before the show.
Yeah.
And then I remember you were like, Brandon, come with me, we're going to Bull Moose. And I think that was the first time I went to Bull Moose. And come with me. And you put, I think I had like the mixed CD that either you and your brother made, and it was like the first two albums from Linkin Park, Hyper Theory and Meteora. And you're like, we're going to sing all these songs. We're going to feel like you're at a concert.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, thanks, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, dude. Like, I know how disappointed you were, and, like, obviously you were crushed because, you know, your favorite band.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
favorite singer, too, man.
Favorite singer, yeah.
But, hey, I got to see them twice, so I was honored to see that. That was the first concert I saw, and I saw them again back in 2012 for the second time, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. But let's go back a little bit. So, Noni Belanger.
Noni.
So, just so the audience knows, and this will be another time I will tell this story, I'm adopted. I have two parents, a.k.a. my grandparents who are who are my parents as well. They're my adopted parents, and then I have my other mother. So we got Noni, who's the adopted mom, and then we have Angela, who's my biological mom. Long story short, first time you met Noni, do you remember how that all went about?
And she was not a fan.
She was not a fan at first, because I remember you were like ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door, being polite as fuck.
Oh yeah, it was. I was laying it on thick, like polite.
And then the other thing too is every time someone knocks on the door, she always looks through the window to like make sure who the fuck it is, and she's like, Brandon, who the fuck is that clown outside?
Yeah.
Because at the time you had like really pink poofy hair.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be red. So I remember prior to all of this happening was me and one of my friends. I was like, hey, do you mind dyeing my hair? I want it to be red. And they were like, absolutely, let's do it. So, we're in there, bleached my hair, and then put the red dye in, let it sit, showered. It stayed red for like 2 showers, and then it was pink.
Really?
Yeah, and then it was just pink.
How long did you have it pink for, if you don't mind me asking?
I had it pink. Well, it wasn't really by choice.
Well, yeah.
No, I had it pink for like 2 or 3 months because my freshman year was pink hair year.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember you came over the house and Noni was like, who the fuck is this clown?
So I was wearing...
I remember exactly.
I was wearing like my pirate hat.
Yeah.
It had the Jolly Roger on it because I don't think it was my Viva La Bam hat.
Yeah.
So it had the Jolly Roger on it, the short bill, and then was wearing that Billabong sweater.
Yeah.
And jeans and dad shoes.
Yeah, the white dad shoes. And your hair, I remember like you wore it, and the hair was just like so poofed out. You look like the Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, so it was like
from The Simpsons.
So it was like short, or I say short. It was like straight, and then poof, like out the sides of the hat. So
she thought you were a serial killer at first.
Yeah, I mean.
And then all of a sudden, I introduced you to her, and she's like, "Hi." And then like once you went downstairs, she was like, fuck is that guy? I'm like,
she was very uncomfortable.
She was uncomfortable, and she was like worried for my life. She's like, who the fuck is that? And I was like,
he's gonna kill you.
And I was like, Mom, this is Mike's younger brother. That's his brother. He's a big fucking guy. Well, not like this.
Well, yeah, but
she was being over dramatic about it. But
actually, you know what? We should show them how similar our hair is now versus how it was.
Oh, me and yours.
Yeah.
My hair is very curly right now, but
yeah. So I cut my hair to be just like you.
Oh, you just want to be like me,
just like you.
Yeah, I got it like slick. You know what? I'm just gonna wear it like this now. Show off this hair.
You gotta show off the hair, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check me out.
I mean, yeah, see, like I feel bad. Like my hair is just like a little tad bit.
Well, the thing is, my hair is naturally... Well, you got naturally curly hair, though.
Yeah.
But mine just seems more bushier.
It's more thick.
Yeah, it's very thick.
Because I think you've had the hairstyle a little longer than I have.
Yeah. This is like the longest I ever grew out my hair.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to continue growing it out.
Are you going to shave the sides still, or...?
Yeah, I continue shaving the sides. Remember I tried doing that with you, and then I had to shave your hair completely. That's actually when you still had the pink hair.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna I acted like I knew how to fucking cut hair.
You're like, yeah, dude. No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It looks like shit. We gotta cut it all.
And then I was like, I know what I'm doing. I remember I got the scissors, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh, that looks like shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do we got the clippers?
Man, you guys have butter surgery, right? Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm cutting the hair, and I'm pretty sure you're like, yeah, this feels fine. But in your mind, you're like, this motherfucker is like pulling on my hair.
No. Well, I mean, it was going. Yeah. Everything was going anyway. It's not like anything was staying.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember I cut your hair, and I was just like, oh my god, why did I tell him I knew how to cut it?
No, I remember after that too, because I think you were growing your hair out for a little bit at the time too, and I was like, all right, well. When you want a haircut, I'm doing it.
And you did, and then you shaved it. And I remember you did do it fine, that I remember. But for some odd reason, like I remember I had like these weird looking sideburns that kept curling up. And I remember I went to your brother's prom because I didn't have a date, or I did have a date, and then we didn't work out, so I went to his prom, and my hair looked weird, and it was just
perfect. It was perfect.
I think I still have that picture on Facebook somewhere.
What he's trying to say is that it was perfect. I did a great job. If anyone needs a buzzin', this guy.
ZacksHairstyle.com.
Not really a thing.
I was gonna say, I guess I gotta go register that now.
Yeah, right. Make your own website and all that type of
shit. We said it here. It's got to be official.
So, we have a good amount of stuff in common, but of course we have like exact opposites. It's like, I'm really into wrestling. You like wrestling, but you're a fair weather fan. Music, it's like I'm a fair weather music fan, but you're really hardcore into music.
Yeah, I have.
And the thing is, we do have similarities when it comes to movies. What was like the top 3 movies that me and you definitely liked to talk about that you can think of?
Well, Step Brothers.
That's everybody's.
Yeah, that's just
that's my job. All my friends, you, Kat, like me and Kat, we do quotes all the time. Okay, you know Adam Morris, right?
Yeah.
So me and Kat, as you know, we're engaged, and in 2 years we're getting married, and we literally
love each other.
Yeah, we literally told. So I'm gonna tell you this now. And we told Jim, I told Adam, I was like, someone better fucking do this line like they did in the movie and be like, this wedding is horseshit. Yeah. I asked for 1 salmon. I said it 4 fucking times. I hope, and the thing is, I guarantee if someone does it, they're gonna be like, and I'll be like laughing. I'll be like, no, we hired whoever wanted to do it and said whoever does it first, they're gonna get like $100 from us or some shit.
Dude, yeah, no,
I'll do it for $100.
Noni, it doesn't need to be.
Noni will be so disappointed in you.
Oh my god, it'll be the train wreck of the century.
It would be like this. Both my moms. Noni would be the one be like, why the fuck would he say that? And Angela's like, fuck yeah, that was great.
Both of them would be like, come on, dude.
This is a wedding. You're not supposed to be doing this shit. Fuck. By the way, did you perform at a wedding ever?
I think we were supposed to.
It just never happened.
I don't think we did. I can't recall. It's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years since I've been in that band.
Yeah.
6?
I know you guys done like a lot of different shows, but I was like, I wonder if they ever did a wedding.
No, we did. We played at my house in the basement.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No shit.
You know where my room is?
Yeah.
The door in that corner?
Yeah.
That's where the drums were set up, and then...
Dude, your house was like the original
party house. It was a very short set.
Yeah. I remember, there's a couple of things that come to mind when it comes to partying. And these are like, I guess you could say the early days.
The early days.
The early days. And it's kind of funny because I talk about these stories at work, especially like with the teenagers, just to like tell them like, hey, I did this, but don't do what I did.
Hey, listen, I'm a bad influence.
We all are.
But we did. Yeah, I mean, you get. So you say to like your coworkers who are like young,
Yeah, like I tell them stories just to like, kind of joke around with them, fool around, and they get to hear these stories, and they get good laughs. But I try telling them like, that was when I was young and stupid.
Yeah.
So when I tell them before they go to like college or something like that, I'm like, just be mature when it comes to drinking. Know your limits.
Yeah.
And also focus on your fucking college work. I never went to college, but I know kids that went to college that partied too hard and they failed automatically. So it was crazy shit.
It's a rough time.
But originally at your house, when we were partying at the time, I think you weren't home. This is one of the stories. There was one time you weren't home. Mike decided to have all these people over. Not like 20,000 people.
No, I remember this.
Yes.
Because I was home just to pick up beer and whiskey.
Yeah.
Because I picked up the beer out of, like, there was like a half a 30 rack or something in the fridge.
It was the Budweiser, right?
Yep.
30 case of Budweiser, and
then
we had the table in your room.
There was a bottle of whiskey in the freezer that I picked up, and it was me and my friend Matt who went up to my camper.
Yeah.
And unknowing to me, my brother threw a party with, it was like 7 people.
7 or 8 people,
7 or 8 people, and like it was
it was one of those nights that we all got fucked up. And this is like during the summertime when the pool was open. And
Yeah. You know, I to this day, I don't understand why I didn't just have the table outside.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I mean, probably like at the time I was young, so I was just like, yeah, let's party anywhere. And then I started thinking during that time a little bit, I'm like, this is Zach's room. Like, why are we playing beer pong in his room? Like,
Could you imagine if you damaged any of the shit in my room?
Dude, I was like making sure I was careful the entire time too. So
like,
it's just
like my room now would not support a party.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I'm surprised it did back then too.
I mean, back then I hadn't quite gotten all the stuff that I acquired over the years since, but like there was still. My guitar amp was in there, and that was a good $500.
Yeah, I wouldn't have fucked with that. That was all. I don't know whose idea it was. It could have been mine. It could have been his. I can't remember. But in my mind, I'm just like...
Well, I mean, there was alcohol involved, so it could have been everyone's.
It could have been. And I remember there was this one drink. I don't know what the fuck it was. It wasn't even a drink. It was like poison.
You guys...
They mixed like liquor, beer, all different types of fucking beverages into this one. And it was like one concoction that would have like killed somebody with one fucking sip. And I'm not saying that in a funny way. Like, I was fucking worried for whoever tasted that. And then Kyle actually drank that. And he got really sick the next day.
The drummer. The drummer we had.
Yeah.
He actually played on a track that we all did together.
That one track.
The one track. Which is fun. Like, I mean...
It is what it is. But it was fun.
Yeah, no, we had a good time.
And the one story that comes to mind, I always mention this story to you. That time I went to your house and you had a friend over. He had one Pumpkinhead beer, and already he's like tumbling around, already fucking drunk, and fucking And I'm like, dude, you only had one fucking beer, and already you're like toasted, like. Yeah,
and he's like, oh man, you drink so much liquor. I'm like, you know, the percentages are like.
Now the question is, do you think he was faking it, or do you think he was actually like?
I think
drunk off of one beer. By the way,
I think at the time it was probably him, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure how much drinking he did, but I know he did smoke a lot, so.
Yeah. Damn. That damn phone. The only reason why I have the phone on is to let us know when the time goes off. So, but because we're only trying to make this like an hour. We don't want to do 2 hours or 3 hours. There are podcasts that do that, and I do listen to them. And here's the thing. I don't know if you listen to a lot of podcasts, but there are some you got to listen to. Definitely Something to Wrestle With. That is one of my favorite with Bruce Pritchard. The Kurt Angle Show. Really good. I actually got like Wild Ride with Steve-O. That's really good. But some of those shows go for an hour, and there's one that goes for like 3 to 4 or 5 hours. But the thing is, if I listen to that whole episode, I don't listen to it all in one day.
Yeah.
It takes me like at least a whole week, maybe like 3 days, because I listen to it on the way to work and on the way to home. That's how I do it. But this won't be 3 hours.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, it could be. We could be talking all day.
I mean, like
there's so many stories to talk about.
This is all catch up, man.
This is all catch up. But yeah, you don't think so? What was the answer again? You said he was drunk.
I think he was.
You think he was?
I mean, just because.
I felt like he was kind of like, and it was.
It might have been acting too.
I was gonna say he was probably, because I remember again that was the party house, so that at that time, I felt like everyone had to like prove a point at that time. I definitely felt like I had to prove a point at that time.
It was a rough time.
It was a rough time. They were good times, but they were rough.
Oh yeah.
And then we started partying at my house, and what kind of parties did you like? Did you like partying at your house, or did you like partying in my man cave at the time? Good
Honestly,
question.
It depended on what was being done and how many people were there.
Yeah.
So like.
I like mostly personally the only times I really liked was with you and Chris. We just did our beer pong times.
Yeah, like partying at your place and doing like beer pong and stuff was great. And I mean, like doing like swimming at my house and stuff and drinking, that was great.
Yeah.
Like there was good aspects to both houses, of course.
Yeah.
And,
but there were times I would invite like a lot of people and just make you guys feel uncomfortable. And I did not know that you had anxiety because of that at the time, and I felt so terrible.
I mean, like...
and now to this day, if I ever had like huge wrestling get-togethers and all this, I always invite you, and I'd be like,
are you okay with it? Because you're my best friend. I want to make sure you're comfortable. You know what I mean?
And I mean, the thing about that is I definitely appreciate it, but most of the times, if it's something where we're all gonna just be watching something, it's not. I'm not involved with having to actually like conversate with everyone.
Yeah.
It's when it's like a party and nothing's being like, it's just music playing in the background, and like that's the kind of social aspect.
Like Daft's parties? I know. Every time I mention that name, you're like, motherfucker.
Remember the one that...
Oh, gosh.
It, like, split. Like, your friends, like, it was me, Chris, and his girlfriend at the time, and I think that it was just the three of us chilling, while Julio was over there with her friends, you and Daphne, and
we were getting trashed that night.
Yeah, it was a rough night.
That was a rough night.
Me and Chris were just like, yeah, it must be exciting going to college.
Yeah, that's when my partying started getting a little bit more crazy at that time. But
I mean, who's to say it was your fault? I think it might have...
I was young.
It might have been just being... trying to show your girlfriend's friends that you're fun.
Yeah, in some way.
And to me, I have no interest in doing that. Like,
at that time, partying was just the way to take the pain away sometimes too. And I was to impress them too, because I don't want them to think, this guy's...
Whoa, what a loser.
What a loser. But now it's like, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like me, you don't like me. You like me, great. If you don't, why are we friends on Facebook?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
But we've known each other for so long, man. 15 years. Can you believe that?
15 years.
I was 16 and you were 14.
That is a ridiculous amount of time.
Isn't that? I wish Chris was here too, so we could talk more stories. But we're gonna have to wait until.
I mean, that's gonna be another day.
And watch when I do have him on here, just me and him. And then there's going to be times we're going to be talking about all three of us. I'll be like, Chris, you got to wait. We can't talk about it yet, bro. Can't talk about it. We got to have all three of the Musketeers in here. Talk about the fucking 21st birthday. That was, oh my God.
That was a night.
It was a great night, but it ended shitty.
It was a night that happened in both of our lives, all three of our lives.
The only preview I'm going to say is, the cops are coming. The Batman, we got to hide all the Batman shit. And you're like, Brandon, they're not going to arrest you for Batman stuff. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going to happen, man, because Batman, this is evidence. It was a Batman-themed birthday party.
It's funny what alcohol will transcend your mind to do.
And all I remember, well, there's more to the story, but I remember you were like, Brandon, can I have another drink?
Yeah, you're like,
I need another drink. And I was like, no, the fucking cops are coming. But Brandon, I got to stay sober. And at that time, I was like, you're drunk, you're Zach. Yeah. You can have like 18 beers and just have a buzz.
No, yeah, that was a rough time for me. I was slamming through them.
Yeah, we were all young. We were all trying to prove a point.
I remember doing, this is at my house. We were doing, it was me and my brother's friend Kyle, Kyle Crafts.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're listening, I still appreciate you to this day.
Cool dude. Known him since 3rd grade.
Dude, solid guy.
Yeah, very solid dude.
But it was him and I going 30 for 30 while playing Guitar Hero.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because I showed, speaking of Guitar Hero, real quick, because the show is about to end. So, you know what? I don't want to hear this stupid alarm because it's just going to fucking scare the shit out of me. Yeah. I know I had an idea, but I was like, no, I don't want to die.
You're like, actually, I don't want to flip the table.
Yeah, well, we have enough time. So, this is how we're going to end the show. We're going to discuss this little story.
Yeah.
So, Guitar Hero was everybody's life back in high school.
It was a good old time.
It was. And there were times that people said they learned how to play guitar because of Guitar Hero. First off, before we get to more stories, what'd you think about that? Find that bullshit?
I mean, it's definitely a good, inspiration to,
wanting to play guitar?
Want to play guitar, but there's no fucking way you're doing 5 buttons and doing guitar. Guitars have 6 strings and usually 22 to 24 frets.
Yeah.
All of which are different notes,
There's one person who said they learned how to play. They said they know how to play an instrument because of Rock Band and Guitario. And I'm just gonna give you the initials because I don't want to throw them too much under the bus. But you know who this person is? JD. JD. Those are the initials. You know who I'm talking about? JD. Yeah. Yeah, he said he was in a fucking metal band, rock band, but he never knew how to play a fucking guitar to save his own life. Could he play rock band like a fucking boss on the drums? Yeah, but does he know how to actually play it? No! Like actual drums? No! But also, getting to the point, there was this video of this kid, he was doing fucking expert mode. Curly hair, doing it live with headphones on, and he's fucking going nuts and did not miss a fucking note. And at a certain point, he's like, my hands! And his hands were bleeding.
Yeah.
I think I showed Kat that video. I showed one of my friends the video that knew you. They asked me, was that Zack? I was like, no, that was not Zack.
No, I'm not that involved in it.
Like, he'll play Guitar Hero and he's fucking good at it. But no, he wouldn't be like fucking...
I'm not trying to impress people by playing a plastic instrument, alright? I don't think you impress too many people while playing a plastic instrument.
But do you remember that fucking video?
I do, yeah.
What'd you think about that video?
How much pain you have to go... Like, you have to get some, like, real friction with your fingers to make them bleed like that. Like,
I felt like he broke them, too. Was that possible?
He must have. Like, just like the tip, just, like, kind of bending back. Like, it's a rough life.
He would have been on that episode of South Park saying, "You suck." No, yeah, we'll keep it at that because I don't want to throw any other words in there. But yeah, you suck. But yeah, that's crazy. But Zack, I want to say thank you for being my first guest on the show.
Well, I thank you for having me as your first guest on
the show. I appreciate you being best friends with me, and I can't wait until you're groomsmen at my wedding, along with Chris and along with Jim Joss, who are going to be 2 future guests on the show.
Jimbo.
And hopefully you had a lot of fun going back memory lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
I appreciate having a story to tell. And
we'll definitely have more, because, like, trust me, this won't be the only time you'll be on the show. There'll be more stories to talk about. And like I said, and I'm going to close up the show like this real quick. But again, thank you, brother. I love you. Best friend forever. 15 years. So like I said, this podcast is a podcast about everything and anything. We can talk about anything. We can, shoot the shit like we just did. I can have an interview with someone, talk about their own lives, and we can talk about toys, music, comic books, video games, movies, DVDs, wrestling. Doesn't matter. We can talk about everything and anything, and that's what the show's all about. Make sure to follow me on Facebook. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure.
Yeah, you gotta get that Insta.
You gotta get that Insta. My Instagram is BHB1347.
Yeah.
And make sure to press that follow button on Facebook, and make sure to press that like button
on that FB.
And trying to give me feedback on the show and tell me if you like it. What didn't you like? Give me honest feedback. But don't be a dick and just be like, you suck, because I'll just call you up and be like, yo, fuck you.
Yeah, okay? Man. My favorite feedback would be like, your guest sucks.
Yeah. And, yeah, your guest sucked. You guys are just fucking boring as fuck, man.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Live a life.
I think whatever.
I mean,
I love you.
We live life.
If me and Kat don't work out, me and you going to get married. I hope you're okay with that.
I mean, I'm single and ready to mingle.
Fucking get it on. And also, you can follow me. You can also follow me on YouTube, which is youtube.com/B13 NerdCast of Randomness. And like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this first podcast. And Zack, again, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah.
And thank you for making this podcast possible in the first episode. And I think it's time to let the dogs out!